Welcome back to Quarter Old Money News. Hold onto your seats, because that simple, ordinary-looking state quarter dollar you see right here, it might look totally basic, but it hides a massive $10,000 secret. In today's episode, we are breaking down the exact hidden varieties, eras, and rare marks that turn pocket change into pure gold. If you want to know if you're holding a fortune in your hands, do not skip a single second. Have you ever imagined that a single quarter hidden in an old drawer or forgotten inside your pocket could completely change your financial future? Welcome back to Frontside Parde, where we uncover the hidden stories behind America's most fascinating coins. Today's spotlight is on the mysterious 2004 Wisconsin state quarter, the famous coin carrying the word "forward" and honoring Wisconsin's statehood in 1848. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary 25-cent coin, but for a small number of lucky collectors, this simple quarter has become one of the most talked-about treasures in modern American coin collecting. The real excitement begins when collectors discover that not every coin was struck exactly the same, and those tiny differences are what create extraordinary value. When the United States released the Wisconsin state quarter in 2004, millions entered circulation, and most were spent without a second thought. Years later, sharp-eyed collectors noticed unusual examples that appeared to have an extra leaf on the corn stalk. This tiny detail completely changed the collecting world because genuine mint varieties are always in demand. While millions of ordinary Wisconsin quarters remain worth only 25 cents, authentic era varieties quickly became highly desirable. That is what makes coin collecting so exciting. The difference between an ordinary coin and an extraordinary one can be as small as a single design detail that most people would never notice. The word "forward" on the Wisconsin quarter often creates confusion. Many people believe it is connected to the coin's rarity, but it is actually Wisconsin's official state motto and appears on every normal Wisconsin state quarter. What truly separates valuable examples from common ones is not the motto, but the quality of the strike, the preservation of the surfaces, and the presence of genuine mint-made varieties. A coin preserved in exceptional condition for decades can attract strong collector interest, especially if it also displays a recognized production era that experts have authenticated. One of the biggest myths on social media is that every Wisconsin quarter or every bicentennial coin is worth $6 million or even enough to make someone a billionaire overnight. Those headlines attract attention, but real coin values depend on rarity, demand, condition, and authentication. The most valuable coins earn remarkable prices because only a handful exist in extraordinary condition or with famous minting mistakes. The average circulation coin is not automatically valuable simply because it is old or because someone posted an unbelievable price online. Experienced collectors always verify authenticity before believing extraordinary claims. If you ever find a 2004 Wisconsin quarter, take your time before spending it. Hold it under good lighting and carefully inspect every design detail. Look for unusual features that appear to have been created during the minting process rather than after years of circulation. Never clean the coin, because cleaning usually removes original surfaces that collectors value. A naturally preserved coin with sharp details and original luster is almost always more desirable than one that has been polished to look shiny. The beauty of coin collecting is that every coin tells a story far beyond its face value. The Wisconsin quarter celebrates the state's agricultural heritage with a cow, a wheel of cheese, and an ear of corn, while also reminding us of Wisconsin's admission to the Union in 1848. These artistic details transform an everyday coin into a miniature piece of American history. For collectors, discovering a rare variety adds another chapter to that story, making the coin not only historically meaningful, but also financially desirable. Thousands of collectors search bank rolls, pocket change, and inherited coin collections every day because remarkable discoveries still happen. Most searches reveal ordinary coins, but occasionally someone finds an overlooked treasure hiding in plain sight. That possibility is what keeps the hobby alive. Knowledge, patience, and careful observation are far more valuable than luck alone. The collector who understands mint varieties and recognizes genuine rarity will always have a better chance of identifying a truly special coin. As you continue your collecting journey, remember that the greatest treasure is knowledge. Every coin deserves a careful look before it is spent, because history sometimes hides in the smallest details. Whether your Wisconsin quarter is worth 25 cents or hundreds, or in extremely rare cases much more, the thrill of the search is priceless. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to Front Side Parde, where every coin has a history, every detail has a purpose, and your next discovery could be waiting in the spare change already sitting in your pocket the moment you hear the words, "Rare American Quarter." Your imagination instantly races toward hidden treasure, forgotten fortunes, and unbelievable auction records. But the real story is even more fascinating. Somewhere in the United States, an ordinary-looking 2004 Wisconsin state quarter may still be resting inside a cash register, an old coin jar, or a family collection, completely unnoticed. Millions of these quarters were struck, yet only a tiny fraction have characteristics that make collectors stop in their tracks. That mystery is what keeps treasure hunters searching every single day. Every coin has a story, but only a few become legends. Imagine receiving a handful of change after buying a cup of coffee. You toss the quarters into your pocket without looking, unaware that one of them could become the most interesting coin you have ever owned. Years later, while cleaning out a drawer, you notice something unusual about the design. The corn stalk looks slightly different from every other Wisconsin quarter you've seen. At first you think it's just your imagination, but the more closely you examine it, the more convinced you become that your coin might be something extraordinary. Moments like these are exactly why coin collecting continues to capture the imagination of millions around the world. The Wisconsin quarter was created to celebrate the state's rich farming tradition, proudly displaying a cow, a wheel of cheese, and a tall ear of corn beneath the state motto, "Forward." While millions admired its beautiful artwork, only experienced collectors realized that a few examples appeared to have unexpected design differences created during production. Those tiny variations transformed an ordinary circulating coin into one of the most talked-about modern U.S. quarters. Suddenly, collectors, dealers, and auction houses were all searching for the same mysterious variety, proving that even modern coins can create enormous excitement. As the years passed, stories about these quarters spread across the internet. Some people claimed every Wisconsin quarter was worth thousands, while others insisted they were worth millions. The truth lies somewhere in between imagination and reality. Genuine rarity is never created by rumors. It is created by limited numbers, strong collector demand, and expert authentication. The coins that command impressive prices are the ones that combine true mint-made rarity with outstanding preservation. That is why knowledgeable collectors always study before they buy and inspect before they spend. One of the greatest lessons in coin collecting is that condition can completely change a coin's value. Two quarters struck on the same day may look identical at first glance, but decades later one might be heavily worn, while the other remains almost untouched. Collectors treasure coins with crisp details, brilliant original surfaces, and minimal damage because they represent history preserved exactly as it left the mint. Sometimes, that difference alone can separate an ordinary collectible from a highly desirable one. Many exciting discoveries happen inside family collections. Grandparents often saved unusual coins simply because they liked the designs, never imagining future generations would examine them with magnifying glasses and digital microscopes. Those forgotten coin albums, glass jars, and old boxes have become treasure chests for modern collectors. Even when a rare coin isn't discovered, the search itself creates unforgettable memories and teaches valuable lessons about American history, craftsmanship, and the remarkable journey every coin takes from the mint into everyday life. The greatest collectors are not people who believe every unbelievable headline. They are patient observers who learn mint marks, understand production errors, and appreciate historical significance. They know that every famous discovery began with someone paying attention to details everyone else ignored. That curiosity is the true secret behind successful coin collecting. Instead of chasing impossible dreams, they build knowledge one coin at a time until they can recognize a genuine rarity the moment it appears. So before you spend another quarter, pause for just a moment and take a closer look. The coin in your hand may simply be worth 25 cents, or it may become the beginning of an unforgettable collecting journey. Every design carries history, every date represents a moment in time, and every rare variety reminds us that extraordinary discoveries often hide in the most ordinary places. Here on Frontside Parde, we believe every coin has a story waiting to be told, and perhaps your next handful of change will reveal the story everyone else overlooked.